Well, I'm by the fire exit, and it seems to be the only place where I can hear myself speak. I'm actually at the Dome in Birmingham, and we're going to be featuring the best of the sets from Suffrey and Golden Star. We'll also be looking at the Asian rap scene with MC Raw and AW1, and we'll be featuring Nation Records' latest video by Transglobal Underground. But first, let's have a look at one of the more modern bands on the Bhangra scene, and that's jazz. Let's go, let's go.
They won't let them perform on stage, that's why they don't actually perform at the back of the staircase, it's just behind the changing rooms. This is the lead singer, Cam. Cam, can I just ask you what kind of music you're going to be performing out there tonight?
Well, our music is English, but our lyrics are Indian.
What do you mean your music is English, but your lyrics are Punjabi?
To really know exactly what it is, it's really westernised. I mean,
so you're going to be bringing something new to the scene?
पक्का कालियां कुर्ते पौन बदामी चिड़िया कबूतरिया याद करा तू नानी चिड़िया कबूतरिया याद करा तू नानी चिड़िया कबूतरिया बारी बक्सी कटड़ गया सी कचलियां दे डांडे मुंडे कुंडे पौन बोलियां तो रोड से जांदे वो चढ़ी जवानी जोड़ा वो तेरा ता कोट ना खांदे बोतल विस्की एक कोई चीक मकांदे बोतल विस्की एक कोई चीक मकांदे बोतल विस्की जानती टपन जानती पौन जानती बोली नचन जानती टपन जानती पौन जानती बोली वो नचन जानती टपन जानती पौन जानती बोली कहंदी मित्रानु अजे संग ना खोली कहंदी मित्रानु अजे संग ना खोली कहंदी मित्रानु हसन जानती पौन जानती बाता हसन जानती पौन जानती बाता
Well, London seems to be the centre of the Asian rap scene. Well, I'm feeling a bit peckish, so I'm off to get some samosas and kebabs. What are you lot doing here? You should be out there dancing. Have you got new jobs now?
Yes. Well, we just like to say we cater for everybody. We're a dance group. We also serve food, and we also like to entertain as well. So we're doing everything just to enjoy ourselves. Yeah.
So are you enjoying the do here tonight? Yeah. Well, how about getting some samosas and kebabs for us? AW1 is yet another London rapper with Scope Records. Unusually, his music is influenced by his religious beliefs. Here he is with his DJ, David RB, chatting to Moe in the back streets.
You know, we'll put it out. I mean, if they didn't give us that freedom, then we wouldn't be with Scope, but they've given us that freedom, so that's the label that we've stuck with, and we're going to stay with.
Well, from the rough and tough rap sound of AW1, who have been pushing the barriers of Asian fusion, we now have a complete contrast with more traditional Bhangra music of Malkeet Singh and Golden Star, not to be confused with Golden Star TSB. Malkeet came over to Britain a few years ago, and he still likes to address his audiences in his native Punjabi tone.
ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਗੀਤ ਪੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੱਜਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਭਾਈ ਆ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਬੜਾ ਸਵਾਰ ਕੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਚੱਕਲੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਔਰ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਬੁਗਚੂ ਆ ਬੁਗਚੂ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਸਾਜ਼ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਭਲੇਖਾ ਨਾ ਖਾ ਜਾਓ ਸੋ ਪੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਢੋਲ ਵੀ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਔਰ ਵੱਜ ਗਈ ਢੋਲਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੁਣੇ ਪਰ ਨਵੀਂ ਚੀਜ਼ ਬੁਗਚੂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਬੁਗਚੂ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ
Well, that was Malkeet Singh reflecting on traditional Bhangra music from the Punjab. Well, here we have some world music with a difference, the band Transglobal Underground and the track Temple Head.
ने जद क्षण काटो बिल्लो पाया नी सुन के प्रेमी जो तर तेरे आया नी जद शाल सी तुम्हारी सिल लच फुलकारी नाल छो गया होया रंग लाल नच दीदी गुत खुल गए नच दीदी गुत खुल गए खिलड़ गए बाल प्रेमिया नु डंग देणगे ओए कुड़िया तू सपनू संभाल नच दीदी गुत खुल गए
And do I detect a slight change of image there, a different haircut now?
No, it's always been there. It's just that I'm going to be a doctor, you see. So I've got to be careful how my image is because my mum told me off when I came in. She said, "Hey, doctor, I just said, "Mum, it's just part of the image." But yeah, well, it's not a new image really. It's just a lot cooler, let's say.
Well, I hope you cool down now properly after the gig, and it's great to have you back on the show. Thanks for coming along. So what are you going to be doing with Safri in the future?
We are doing work on another album, and I think it will be released in the end of December or beginning of January.
And what about gigs? Have you got a lot of those lined up?
Yeah, we are playing, so many big bands like Padesi and Zira and Allah. We are performing abroad as well, like Canada and America. It's all lined up.
Oh, so when are you going to be going abroad?
Abroad, I think hopefully in end of September, we are doing concerts like Asian festivals, one in Nottingham and Aquatic in London.
Now, you may remember not so long ago we had on the show Apache Indian who had a hit with Movie Over India, which went to the #1 in the reggae charts. Well, the response was so good, we've actually had to bring him back on Bhangra Beat. Here he is with the tracks Come Follow Me and Chak Day, plus he's guesting with the band Demonic.
This is one place where they call Agra City. Taj Mahal, one of the seven wonders. The Golden Temple, Amaritsa, but you can't reach there so till you cross the water. To the Hindus bathing on the Ganges River. In a Bombay city, you find the film star. The nicest place are the one Kashmir, Himalaya mountain by the Chinese border. So they see them a fight for Khalistan, yeah. In a Pindan city, no people suffer. The grieve them a beg for food and water. If you pass one place where they call Kolkata, be sure to leave $1 for the
So, Apache, you were telling me earlier that you've got some tours coming up in Jamaica, America, Holland and Switzerland. How did they come about?
That's right, we've been approached by a lot of promoters around the world. Trinidad and Switzerland, Holland. Some of the shows are just like weekend shows, just flying in, do a show and coming back on the Sunday. We've got big shows in like America and a big show in Jamaica coming up. But that's good because we like to fly out and see what kind of reaction we get from different people around the world.
How do you feel about performing somewhere like Jamaica, where there's obviously a very high following of reggae music?
Well, the fact that we've been called out there, I think that we've got to be popular over there. As you know, the track went to #1 in the reggae charts. I heard there's a following of the same kind of music that they've done over there. A lot of sound systems were playing like Asian, reggae music with a touch of. I want to go out there and see what they've done to follow up to my track actually.
Are there a lot of Asians out in Jamaica?
Yeah, there is. There's a lot of Asians out there. I've got a lot of friends out there which are Asian, and Africa as well. And there's a lot of Asians in Trinidad, so they tell me.
Do you see yourself more popular with the Asian community, or do you think it's the black community?
I don't know actually, because we get the same kind of response in reggae shows and Asian shows.
Well, here we come again, Billy Kashak, the Indian ragamuffin posse. And I know that Apache Indian is hotter than the Vindaloo curry. #1 in the Bombay chart. Today and me, I tear them apart. So when they come, they bring a new style in. So listen, go the people know you want me follow me. Them a follow in the city Indian. Ragamuffin on the style and pattern. And when me come, that's a different fashion. First tune I say me do, I know we reach #1 in the reggae chart, man and the Indian. See me face up on the television. See me voice on the radio station. Promoter them a come and them a rub off the man. Give me a session and they want it.
There do seem to be a lot of Asian artists now jumping onto the reggae bandwagon.
Some of those tracks are just amazing. I mean, they're using reggae music now because they know that we've used it and been successful. But you can tell they haven't like really felt reggae music to use it. And the only reason we use it, we've been on the reggae scene for a long time. I can't see any of those tracks getting anywhere in the reggae charts.
From the deepest part of Delhi, see the woman is up in a sari. So me here from Karachi, New York, Kingston and London City. From the Rima and the jungle is fussy, and they take me side on Amaritsa. Them a bar from Khalistan.
The Apache project has been very, very successful. Why do you think that is?
I think it's due to the originality of it. It's true reggae, true Indian styles, genuine vibes, genuine feel.
Neighbours of the Asian films on the big screen. Screenings of popular films are being reintroduced into cinema halls, with the novelty of returning to the cinemas catch on. When did you last go and see an Asian film in this country?
Oh, it was about 15 years ago in Leicester. But since then the videos have come out and they've virtually taken over the market of cinemas really, so I haven't really had a chance to go because there hasn't been any around really.
So when you actually saw this film advertised, it appealed to you a lot?
It did, yes. I mean, we saw the advert in local shops, and I just hope that this carries on in the future because I think it could be a big thing. It could be back to stay again. This could be a start for it to, build up again, really.
Are you looking forward to the film tonight?
Yes.
And do you know anything about it?
Actually, my son told me that there was an Indian film on. I haven't seen one for the last about 8-9 years in a cinema.
In a cinema. How often do you actually watch Indian films, though, as a rule?
Oh, about once a week.
What's actually appealed to you, though, about coming out to the cinema again?
It's a social event and it gets you out. It's somewhere to go rather than sit at home. Somewhere to dress up and go and watch a film.
I have with me here Prem Jolly, and he's been instrumental in promoting the revival of the Asian films to the big screen. Prem, how have things been going now with the revival?
Well, as you know, in 1982, the last Asian film was shown, I think it was in London, a cinema, and since then, the Asian cinemas have finished and started on video. Now, the youngsters nowadays are into the Asian, Bhangra and Asian film music, and to enjoy the music, they've got to see on the big screen. So the videos, it's dying out, so I thought, why not go for the cinemas again?
What has the reaction been around the country?
Well, overall, out of the 9 films I've done this year, the first film I had 55 people, and now I'm getting a crowd of about 2,000 people turning out on an average film. So, there's the results for you in 9 months.
So do you think we're going to have the Sunday afternoons back when the whole family went out to the films?
Sunday afternoons may not be back. Late nights, Friday nights, Saturday nights, because it's depending on the availability of the cinemas at the moment. But once we've got people used to come to cinemas, yes, most probably we'll get 2-3 o'clock showings throughout all the UK cinemas.
So have you got any more films lined up now after Henna and Jumma Chumma?
Yes, we've got blockbusters like Sodagar, which is a Subhash Ghai film, and we've got Dil Hai Ke Manta Nahi, we've got Sarjan, we've got Phul Bane Angare, and we've got like 25 films lined up for the next 2-3 months.
And what about other parts of the country? Are they going to see the films too?
Yeah, at the moment I'm concentrating in London, Leicester, Birmingham and Manchester, and slowly we're going over to Holland and Germany, where we've got a lot of Asians over there. Basically, we want to cater for all the, where the Asian populations are.
Well, good luck with the revival, Prem, and I look forward to going out to the Asian films again soon. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Intermix, also known as IMX, are a brand new band from Wolverhampton. They do a mixture of Bhangra, rap and soul. They've got a new album called Infectious. Bhangra Beat and Monica went to have a look at them in the studio.
So what direction are Intermix going now?
Richie, I think we'd like to try and take it a bit forward, more than most Bhangra bands at the moment are doing. We feel that our music could represent, well, basically the first band to actually cross over into the Western charts.
Intermix have just landed a record deal recently with Audio Rec. How did that come about?
Yeah, that's right. It is with Audio Rec. I don't know, it sort of took a lot of sort of searching around and looking at what other bands were doing with their record deals, how far they were getting. And Audio Rec came sort of after a lot of search, really.
Well, I've got a group of guys here with me, and I think their faces must be some of the most familiar faces on the Bhangra scene. Some of the members of the Bandolap. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay. Harjeet, tell me, what have the lot been up to since we last spoke to you?
Oh, many things have been happening. Johnny's made a tour to India, and he's got a couple of albums we have composed. One in Punjabi, and one we're working with Feroz Khan, which is on the completion lines. He did the compositions, lyrics, and the music has been done, and well, that's on the front line.
So, Johnny, tell me then about your work in India with Feroz Khan. That must have been very exciting.
Actually, I had meetings with Feroz Khan in India, a couple of meetings. And before I met him, I did one album with Anuradha Puriwal, who is a very upcoming star. She's a very famous singer. And Feroz Khan committed to me a film, a very big film, which is called, the name has been there now, Yalgar.
What does that mean?
It means attack.
And when can we expect to see the film released? When will you be attacking us with it?
I think the film is being released in January or February. The music is being released in, I think, November or December.
So Harjeet, tell me, as far as the Bhangra scene is concerned, what's happening with Alap there?
Well, Alap is strong and still keeping together. We like the Super 15, quite a lot of us together. And, you know, we're doing our bit in the community, and people still love us. We have quite a big following.
रस बिंदुआ जिंदुआ ते रस बिंदुआ दोनों सके परा जिंदवे संग जिंद मेरिए लै नैन मिला होगी ला 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 सारे पिंड विच दर दर विच चर्चा करवाइया वे जिंदवा वे जड़ी ला के गवाइया वे जिंदवा हो
We are away to Berlin for the Great Wall. We're doing about 7-8 concerts there for Bronski in Berlin in August. So they did a bit of survey and they just wanted a laugh.
चल जिंदवा वे चल चलिए बाजारी जिथे न विकदे रमाल चल जिंदवा वे चल चलिए बाजारी वे जिथे न विकदे रमाल हरा वे जिंदवाई बुरा बिछोड़ा वे ले चले अपने नाल हरा वे जिंदवाई बुरा बिछोड़ा वे ले चले अपने नाल चल चंडीगढ़ चल दिल्ली शहर.
Before Chenny sings the last song, I'd like to welcome on stage from Itv, Monica, can you come on stage to present Platinum Disc to Chenny and the band Alap. Everybody put your hands together, please. Thank you.
On behalf of Interface and all at Bhangra Beat, we'd like to wish Alap all the very best and congratulations for their award.
शकला वाले आई जवानी गभरू हो गए होए फिरन मत वाले नहीं किस कोल घट कहने पास जरा अज नचना मोटे हाथ चढ़ के ऊंची ऊंची पान बोलियां फिर विच वड़ के ऊंची ऊंची पान बोलियां मुंडे कन्न विच मुंदरा हवा के नाले हिक ते तुमीत सजा के
Bhangra bands, and I would say a lot of, particularly on the Midland side, and there aren't many Hindi-based bands in this country, and we really felt that this is the next thing which is coming, Hindi pop music.
Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Bhangra Beat. Well, that was Sangam, and we've got more of them for you later on in the show. We've also got a taste of the more traditional folk sound of Bhangra with Shindar, not forgetting old favourites Premi and Geet the Mega Band, who'll be playing live on stage and bringing us the sound of Bhangra that we're more familiar with. And Mo will be chatting exclusively to cricket hero Imran Khan when we both went along to his fundraising Eid Mela.
We got to, you know, go out into Europe and places like Russia to show how powerful Bhangra music is. And we're very honored that we've got the opportunity to go down there at some stage. And we want to play in that country.
Is there a lot of Asians over there who like the music?
I don't know. There might be small communities, small pockets of Asian communities there. We just hope when we get there, we just want to have a good time, play well, and enjoy ourselves, really.
We've got Admiram here. Now, you're an actor and a singer as well, aren't you?
That's right.
And you was last featured in, what was it?
The Bill.
The Bill, and how's your acting career progressing since then?
It's going very well, actually. It's taken off very nicely. I'm getting a lot of offers.
How do you manage to keep up both the jobs, like acting and singing as well?
Just very busy schedule, that's all really. You know, time, it's very difficult to get time for the family involved on both sides, acting and singing, so it's very difficult, as you can see.
Do you like Bhangra music, Rani? I don't think she does. Anyway, we're going to continue on with the show, and I'll be hoping to talk to Imran Khan a little later on.
Well, after that energetic performance of Bhangra, we've got a complete contrast of sound with Sangam. They're a London-based band who enjoy playing Hindi pop, as you can see here. Shindar, you've been involved in playing classical music now, tabla, for 12 years. How did that come about?
Well, my brother's friend Kuldeep Singh is tabla master. He was very close with my brother, so I started learning off him. But at the moment, I'm learning off his brother, Ajit Singh Mutlashi.
And the guy who originally trained you, he's supposedly one of the best door players in Punjab.
Yeah, that was about 6 years ago, Lally from India, to London. He was in England at the time, and my brother introduced me to him, so I started learning stole of him.
And have you been playing more classical sort of music, or do you tend to play with a lot of the other Bhangra bands in the country?
Yeah, I play with a lot of Bhangra teams as well, but at the moment now I'm working mostly with groups, Bhangra groups and solo items or folks.
So are you actually trying to maintain a more traditional element to your music, or are you going to westernise it like a lot of the other groups have done?
Keep it mostly folk roots and probably modify just a bit, but mainly it's just folk.
Bhangra Beat. On this week's show, we've got a real range of music for you, covering every mixture under the
Everybody listen me. Nachi deezi kut kul gayi, nachi deezi kut kul gayi. Saaj chadya te hoya pura haal, tere bhi na piche hatdi, tere bhi na piche hatdi. Pav jo gaya gala jo rang laal, nachi deezi kut kul gayi. प्यार नी हो गई कमाल हो गई कमाल नी तेरे ना हो गया प्यार नी हो गई कमाल हो गई कमाल नी जालू तेरे ना हो गया प्यार नी हो गई कमाल हो गई कमाल नी जालू तेरे ना प्यार नी हो गई कमाल हो गई कमाल नी I'm grooving to them. Why you get touching? Because we're having fights in the place to be and everybody happy, and you know what I mean? So watch it. Fight, fight, fight. Fire! True, me love peace. With the rhythm track and nice. When they come in the place, right in the rhythm track, true, me do it well. Easy, everybody come listen me. Yes, when you're
This is how most of us are used to think. However, recently they've been experimenting with a more westernized dance sound, which they hope will appeal to a wider audience. Their earlier sounds have also been recorded in both Hindi and Punjabi on the albums Indie Fuse 1 and OTT, and so here's more of Premi in their new guide.
Jive? You ain't seen no one jive like Jesse Jive, boy.
ਵਿੱਚ ਫੜ ਵਿਸਕੀ ਦੀ ਬੋਤਲ ਲਲਕਾਰੇ ਹੱਥ ਵਿੱਚ ਫੜ ਵਿਸਕੀ ਦੀ ਬੋਤਲ ਮਾਰੇ ਜੱਟ ਲਲਕਾਰੇ ਰੁਕਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਕਿਸੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਫੜ ਫੜ ਹਾਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਪੀਣੀ ਆ ਰੋਕੀ ਨਾ ਮਟਿਆਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਪੀਣੀ ਆ ਰੋਕੀ ਨਾ ਮਟਿਆਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਪੀਣੀ ਆ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ ਸੁਨੇਹਾ ਲੈ ਆਈਆ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਪਰਜਾਈਆ ਬਈ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ ਆ ਜੱਟਾ ਜਾਗ ਜਾਗੋ ਤੇਰੀ ਭਰਗੀ ਜਵਾਨੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੋਰਾ ਵਾਲੀ ਮਾਰੇ ਇਸ਼ਕ ਹੁਲਾਰੇ ਆਇਆ 16 ਸਾਲ रूप दी चली ना जावे नी कुड़िए हाण दिए दिला दिया जान दिए ओ कुड़िए हाण दिए ओ नी तू पतली पतंग तेरे कूले कूले रंग
On this week's programme, we've managed to get hold of popular Bhangra band. H talked to them about their 23 years in the business.
यार दे विआह दा अज सब नू है चा यार दे विआह दा अज सब नू है चा खुशियां च नचदे ने भैण ते भरा खुशियां च नचदे ने भैण ते भरा उन्हां विच तू जदों नचदी बल्लीए नी तेरी वखरी ही तोर जद तू नचदी जिंदीए नी तेरी वखरी ही तोर जद तू नचदी धरती हिले अंबर हिले धरती हिले अंबर हिले सारे पिंड विच होगी बल्ले बल्ले जिंदीए नी
try our best to keep the lyrics easy and and so the youngsters can also understand them, which I noticed that youngsters have difficulty understanding the lyrics. So what we try to do is we try to put the lyrics as simple as possible, and then the music, westernized music, which the youngsters love.
यार बेली अज सब सज तज के भंगड़े ने पाउंदे अज सब गज वज के आए यार बेली अज सब सज तज के भंगड़े ने पाउंदे अज सब गज वज के मलो मली सब नूं तू फिर दी नचाउंदी गोरे गोरे हत्थां विच वंग छणकाउंदी मलो मली सब नूं तू फिर दी नचाउंदी गोरे गोरे हत्थां विच वंग छणकाउंदी उन्हां विच तूं जदों नचदी बल्लीए नी तेरी वखरी तोर जद तूं नचदी जिंदीए नी तेरी वखरी तोर जद तूं नचदी धरती हिले अंबर हिले सारे पिंड विच होगी बल्ले बल्ले जिंदीए नी तेरी वखरी तोर जद तूं नचदी बल्लीए नी तेरी वखरी तोर जद तूं नचदी
How do you feel about the wedding scene? You know, bands going to the wedding. How do you feel?
Well, I think people want to enjoy themselves because you only get married once. So obviously, hopefully. So obviously, if you want live entertainment, then it's the best thing. So that's what I think people are going into nowadays. That's why, you know, there's live music and Bhangra style music into the market. के नी तू झांजरा अग दे विच वड़ गई सारी ही बरात तैनू वेखणे नू खड़ गई वेख वेख तैनू आउंदा सब नू सरूर सारे पिंड विच तेरा नाम मशहूर वेख वेख तैनू आउंदा सब नू सरूर सारे पिंड विच तेरा नाम मशहूर जदों नचदी बल्लीए नी तेरी वखरी ही तोर जद तू नचदी जिंदीए नी तेरी वखरी ही तोर जद तू नचदी धरती हिले अंबर हिले सारे पिंड विच होगी बल्ले बल्ले जिंदीए नी तेरी वखरी ही तोर जद तू नचदी बल्लीए नी तेरी वखरी ही तोर जद तू नचदी
Regarding the lyrics, because Jandu Litramwala, I must say that he's a very good writer and he writes good songs. Besides that, the writers like, I mean, on this particular album, I put Baba Bulle Shah Kafi, and which is very meaningful wording into that. And obviously, I mean, Bulle Shah, he's the person.
There's also Shiv Kumar Batalvi as well.
Of course, yes, he's one of the best as well. So, I mean, Shiv Kumar writes sad lyrics and which are very meaningful and which are very in Punjabi is very, very deeply written by Shiv Kumar Batalvi.
How do you find the 15, 16-year-olds responding to Ashoka, a band that's been around since 1968, which really made, the major crack was in 1987 with Gujarevi Chanakan. How do they respond, the youngsters?
They love it. I think the music they got in their head, it is very unbelievable because they are very talented. And whether they're because father is a singer, whether it's in the blood, I don't know.
Well, that was Rajinder and Seva, the two lead singers from Ashoka. Who knows, they'll be encouraging more couples to start up their own band. They were singing from their latest album, Dance Force. And now from a husband and wife team, the team of brothers, the Sahotas, who are making a positive attempt to cross over to mainstream Western pop with...
I think it's the quality more than the quantity. What we do is get all the songs, like this album and the previous album as well. We chose songs, 8 final songs from about 60, 70 songs. And then you got to see that it's Hira style and keep on rejecting a lot of songs and give good music. It takes so long, but the recording time doesn't take long, but it's just the planning of the whole thing. It starts about 2 years. The next album, it's already started now.
Well, mainly we enjoy ourselves when we perform. When we sing and act and dance together,
public like it, and so encourage us more to do more.
Other than working together, you're close friends as well, aren't you?
Of course, we are more than friends. We are family friends, you know. Not only us, our whole members, whole band. We are just like one family.
Now, finally, Kumar, tell us how Hira formed.
Well, Hira formed in 1980. All the diamonds got together sort of slowly, and we formed Hira.
Now become a Kohinoor.
Yeah, it becomes a Kohinoor now.
Before it became Cool and Deadly. Finally, we take a look at a non-Asian Bhangra dance group called East Meets West. The dancers have been performing at various Bhangra events around London, so we invite them to dance alongside Hira to see what they were like. I also talked to their management team to find out how the unusual Bhangra boppers got together.
ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੇ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਰੱਬਾ ਲੱਗ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੇ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਰੱਬਾ ਲੱਗ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੇ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹੋ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਰੱਬਾ ਲੱਗ ਨਾ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਵੇ ਗੋੜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਚਿਕ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ ਓ ਮੇਰੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਬੋਲੀ ਹੋ ਮੇਰੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ ਓ ਮੇਰੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ ਓ ਮੇਰੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਓ ਮੇਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮੰਦਾ ਨਾ ਬੋਲੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਢ ਲੈ
Well, got with me today, Torian Events, an extraordinary management team from London. Welcome to Bhangra Beat.
Hello, Molly.
Suki and Richie over here.
Hi, Molly, how are you?
Now, you run this dance group called East Meets West, should I say?
Yeah, that's right, Molly. It's been going for 2 months now.
You've been running for 2 months and always into Bhangra music?
Yes, that's right. We wanted to try something different.
Oh yes, it's great to learn a different style of dancing from from another culture. It's fascinating.
ਤਰੇੜ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਓ ਫੁੱਲ ਤੇ ਤਰੇੜ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਨੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੜਕਾ ਆਇਆ ਨੀ ਫੁੱਲ ਤੇ ਤਰੇੜ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਫੁੱਲ ਤੇ ਤਰੇਲ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਓ ਫੁੱਲ ਤੇ ਤਰੇਲ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਹਾਏ ਹਾਏ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨੂੰ ਮੁੜਕਾ ਆਇਆ ਫੁੱਲ ਤੇ ਤਰੇਲ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਸ਼ਰਾਬੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਚ ਗਏ
When you approached him and he says, right, we'd like you to do some Bhangra dancing, what was the response like?
Some of them thought it was a challenge, which is good, and that's what we wanted.
What, did you go to dancing schools and pick them out, or did you find them at your events?
And we actually held the auditions, put an ad in the paper, dancers required for a group in this country, and took it from there.
Now, Winston has been with you for quite a while. Is he your main choreographer, or does somebody else do the choreography?
Winston does part of it, but we also bring in choreographers from outside.
What, from outside, from India?
No, no, from this country. There's a guy called Sukhdev Dhillon. He's got a group in Slough, and he's the one responsible for what we saw today.
Years in the Bhangra business with a big bash. H went along to the party where all the top boys of Bhangra had to be seen.
In the hall itself, and the party's really going strong. I've had to drag out some of the Jugnu boys out here. I've got some of the senior members and some of the younger members. Welcome to Bhangra Beat, lads.
Thank you.
Oh, with me I have Shami here, who is one of the founder members of Jugnu. What made you start up Jugnu, the band?
Well, what it was, you see, when we came over, there was no culture or any of those cultural groups here. And we felt, because I've always been interested in music and since the age of 6. And when we came over to this country, there was nothing going on. So people like Mr. Dr. Randawa here, he started the group, and it's been going on for the last 21 years. We didn't realize, it would go on that long, but here we are.
inspiration to form this band?
Because originally I'm from India, from Punjab, and I was playing in this group, this gang, since I was very, little, Then I was, doing the Bhangra in school, in the college, then in the university. Then that's the idea, I should start this Bhangra here as well.
Now, a lot of people talk about Bhangra, and the modern day Bhangra that goes on disco is a totally different form of Bhangra, as they say. This is the original form. Can you tell us something about the form that's actually in the dance groups?
Well, this is traditional song. This is a traditional dance. We like to live my own dance, my own cultures in this country as well. I love to the modern dance, but I like to see my traditional dance in this country as well.
Now, as I said, I've got some of the younger members here. Lads, now, disco scene is great and all that sort of stuff, so you could go into body popping, break dancing, all that sort of stuff. What attracted you towards Bhangra dancing itself? I mean, the traditional Bhangra, not the modern type of Bhangra.
Well, it was because we're in England now, we don't really get to see India that much. So we decided to find out a bit more about our culture. And so we get to meet people, we get our own identity.
Now, I know some of you aren't even 21. The band has been going on long before you were even born. How's the 21st celebrations? What do they mean to you?
Well, basically, I mean, this is just so exciting for us as youngsters. And it's like we've all been together now. I mean, all the performers, dancers, we're all together. And it's just a great atmosphere. And hopefully we're, 21 more years.
From not just Punjab group alone, I think anybody who likes Bhangra and loves Bhangra, from them, I would like to call one of the greatest Bhangra dancers ever, I think, Nashatra Singh Chahal, to present this trophy to Jugnu Group on behalf of Punjab. Before he presents it, I know it says from the Punjab Bhangra group. It should have said from the Bhangra, right, to Jugnu Bhangra group on your 21st anniversary, 7th of September 1991. And this is friendship through Bhangra.
And finally, Shami, all the boys keep chanting another 21 years, or as we heard, 21 centuries of Bhangra. Another 21 years, what will your role be still in this Bhangra group?
Well, I think I'll have to play the grandfather's role. I'm not sure, but I think I'll just be in the background, trying to organise the international trips and things like that, and hopefully give them encouragement to keep it going, sort of thing, give them the whole culture aspects of the Bhangra, the roots of the Bhangra, and encourage the youngsters, because we teach at the schools as well, from 5 onwards.
So in other words, the recruitment program is quite strong?
Very strong. I think we've got about 100 kids now, apart from the youngsters you've seen today. And from the response you can see downstairs today, you can see Bhangra is well known, not just in Gravesend, but throughout the country. We've got invitations to go to Indonesia, Romania.
In other words, you're taking Bhangra to the far corners of the earth.
Far corners of the earth. Wherever we can sort of go, we'll take it.
Party's really great. I'm really chuffed and proud of Juggnu Band. They've held it together for 21 years. That's what we're celebrating. And I just hope other bands like theirs and other Bhangra bands like ours could keep together for 21 years and do what they've done.
Brilliant.
Here's to you, lads.
And don't forget, we will be celebrating our 21st very, very soon, so...
That's another 19 years away.
Well, that's a surprise, actually. I won't tell you the exact date.
Thank you very much, lads.
Thank you very much.
Here we are in the dressing room of the Punjab Bhangra group Wolverhampton. This group is not only a novelty in the fact that they have a lady dancer with them, but the fact that she is non-Asian. We have Jennifer Davis. Welcome to Bhangra Beat.
Hello.
Now, what made you join the Bhangra dance group?
Well, I came to Bhangra through my job. I teach, and my children were doing Bhangra at school, and so they brought me into Bhangra. I came in through children. I learnt from my children.
Do you teach dance or do you teach another subject?
No, I'm a primary school teacher, so I teach everything, but I'm interested in dance.
I noticed you're wearing beautiful costumes, very intricate and very colourful. It's not the sort of thing that farmers normally wear in Punjab.
No, certainly not. Punjab, as you should know, it's a very, very hot country, and usually they would wear the same sort of things, but they'll be made of the cotton, so they don't get sweaty and what have you. And the reason we wear colourful costumes, obviously, it is mostly for the stage. And we present ourselves as a colourful group, so you have to have the costumes to match it, right?
But is it only because of stage that you, this colours come along, or...?
Oh, more so, just for the stage. But back in Punjab, they will wear just plain, normally white, right? They'll have the dhoti, they'll have the kurta, and they'll have a little waistcoat where they put all their money in and whatever, you see, and they'll have a little turban because of the heat. Obviously not like this. This is only done because it comes out really well on stage.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Well, Winnie, what type of time have you had?
Well, it's been really good tonight. I've enjoyed myself, and all the people here, I'm sure they've thoroughly enjoyed themselves. It's been a great honour to come to Juggnu Group's 21st anniversary.
Looks like you've been boozing and boogieing.
Well, I haven't been boozing too much, but I've been dancing a lot, so that's why I'm sweating and everything, as you can see. It's been good.
You've enjoyed it?
Very much so, very much so.
What's the food been like?
The food's been very good. My mama here, he's cooked it tonight, and he's standing beside me, and he's run out of chicken, would you believe it? But he's got plenty of lamb anyway.
So the food's going well?
The food's going well.
And the booze is going well?
And the what?
And the booze is going well?
Oh, the booze is finished. The booze is finished.
Oh, well, all right. Thanks a lot, Winnie.
Okay.
with Manjeet Kondal and Joe Cohen. Welcome to Bhangra Beat, guys.
Hi.
Hi, Manjeet.
Hello, how are you?
Now, your album, Wicked and Wild, was released about 2 years ago, and now you're just on the verge of releasing another album. Why is it taking you so long to release this album now?
As you know, my band called Hole Hole means slowly, slowly does it.
Yeah.
When I do produce, I do give the quality, and there to give you another surprise.
What influenced you to join a Bhangra band?
Basically, I just met the keyboard player Satish, and he asked me to come down and listen to some stuff and play on some stuff, and I enjoyed it, and I've been doing it ever since.
Now, did you meet him at a Bhangra convention or what?
No, I met him in the NatWest Bank in Gunnersbury, actually.
And was Satish actually working there?
Yes, he was, yeah, he was threatening me about my overdraft, yeah.
Typical of the Hole Hole boys, isn't
Yes,
it?
definitely, yeah, definitely.
महफिल के रंग लाऊगी बोतल शराब की महफिल के रंग लाऊगी बोतल शराब की हाँ बुलाते कल आऊगी तेरे शबाब की नटूगी खुद नचाऊगी नटूगी खुद नचाऊगी बोतल शराब दी महफिल के रंग लाऊगी बोतल शराब दी महफिल के रंग लाऊगी बोतल शराब दी पड़ता न चुप रहने दे ऊंट मस्तियां.
Now, what are the two tracks called that you've performed for us today?
One is called Mehfil ch rang laegi botal sharab di.
And what does that mean in English?
In a party, without a bottle of booze, there's no party as such, really, as we all know. But that brings the happiness, and that brings the trouble a lot.
Now, it sounds as though the song's about getting legless to me.
And the dangers of it, as well. And don't you do it.
Oh, no, I'm not one to drink anyway.
There, yeah.
In 1976, you formed a group with Chunni from Alap. What group was it? What was the group called?
Group called Alap, which I given the name. A name Alap. It was a group thing. It didn't really matter who given the name, but we chosen Alap, and we stuck by that. And from there onwards, it was a go-ahead.
Now, in this Bhangra business, a lot of people involved in it are quite friendly, so did you actually split up amicably? Was it a sort of friendly split?
Oh, yes, it was friendly split. And now we both regret, really. Now we both talk about it to do albums together. We probably will do that in the near future.
And what will what was it going to be called? Hole Hole featuring Alap, or Hole Hole and Alap?
Channi meeting Manjeet.
पार लाऊंगी बोतल शराब दी महफिल के रंग लाऊंगी बोतल शराब दी हाँ महफिल के रंग लाऊंगी बोतल शराब दी
What have you been doing in the last 2 years? What have you been up to?
I think I'm...
Other than writing and producing and recording and whatnot?
No, actually, I've been busy within ourselves, gigs here and there. And obviously, as you know, this album, I recorded myself with a whole band, whatnot. Before, it used to be a Deepak 2 album, but this album is produced by me.
Now, another thing that interests me, now how many tracks is there that relate to drinking in the album?
No, there's only one track, that's all. Couldn't handle more than that.
There you have it, Hole Hole, the only Bhangra band who have played at the famous Notting Hill Festival, and it's good to see them on Tutak Tutak Tutia live. band, International, has been going for 15 years. How have you managed to stay together for such a long period?
Well, there is 7 members in the band, and we're all like relatives to each other, so like music, we all stick together.
Is anybody there who's still in the band from the beginning?
Yes, the singers, 2 singers, and the dolky player. That's Roger. Them 3 was been there for the 15 years.
Basically, is that international group itself has been involved in a lot of religious stuff they've been doing in temples and whatnot, and they haven't really been into the music market that much, and so they decided to have a change and just go out and see what they can do in the music market.
So a lot of your tracks seem to be religious?
Well, some of them are, but not the previous ones, but not the ones now. We're turning into more of the modern stuff nowadays.
There's a question I'd like to ask you, and you know what it is. Why did he leave Tufan? Because you made an appearance on Bhangra Beat not so long ago with Tufan, and here you are with the international group from Walsall.
Basically, I was a keyboard player, and I'm in that band, and I play a tabla. So I wanted to come back into the tabla scene, and they already had a tabla player, and so I approached this band, and they said, okay, we need a tabla player, so I came here.
What have you got lined up for the future?
Well, what we've got in the next 2 months, or hopefully next 2 to 3 months, we've got a cassette coming out called George Giovanni's through Multitone, and we're hoping to get quite a bit of recognition from that, and hopefully the cassette will sell a lot better.
That event, to wet your taste buds, see how you like it.
Could you tell me what? Moving on.
मैं पीमा तैनू सारी दस गंद बोतल के लगती प्यारी एक पीमा के मैं पीमा तैनू सारी दस गंद बोतल के लगती प्यारी रखी सब नाल तेरे होते अपनी सुन बोतल शराब दी है पील मैं तेरा कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी है पील मैं तेरा कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी है ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੀਣ ਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਭੰਗ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀਣ ਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਚਿੱਤ ਕਰੇ ਅੱਜ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਪੀਣ ਨੂੰ ਤੇਰੇ ਭੰਗ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀਣ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਲੁੱਟ ਪੁੱਟ ਤੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਚੱਟਣੀ ਸੁਣ ਬੋਤਲ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦੀ ਏ ਪੀਲ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਡਟਣੀ ਸੁਣ ਬੋਤਲ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦੀ ਏ ਪੀਲ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਡਟਣੀ ਸੁਣ ਬੋਤਲ ਸ਼ਰਾਬ ਦੀ ਏ झिंदड़ी नु रंगा विच रंगनी दिल करे राह तेरे अंग संगनी दे मैं झिंदड़ी नु रंगा विच रंगनी दिल करे राह तेरे अंग संगनी रंग दिन चार लम तेरे कटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी दी दिला दी तू प्यासनी लगी चंगी विच पाई तू गलासनी बुझाती कन्या दी दिला दी तू प्यासनी लगी चंगी विच पाई तू गलासनी पीला कुट कुट तेनू दार बटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी शराबी तेनू लाया नी कई भाल दयाल पूरी अजमाए नी कुट कालज शराबी तेनू लाया नी कई भाल दयाल पूरी अजमाए नी लग तेरे पिछे हो गया मैं पटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी एक कुट पीमा के मैं पीमा तेनू सारी दस का तू बोतल के लगदी प्यारी एक कुट पीमा के मैं तेन सारी नच जा तू बोतल के लगदी प्यारी रखी दब नाल तेरे उत्ते अखनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी पील मैं तेरे कोल डटनी सुन बोतल शराब दी
Boys and young men are relatively new on the Bhangra scene. This is their first ever live gig, so as you can imagine, the lads are understandably concerned that everything is checked out okay before they go on stage. Here they finally are. All sounds great, and no doubt we'll be hearing more of Anarchy in the future.
Percussion side of it, the dholak and the tablas and the drum kit, it's going to be so tight. You know, you can't sleep. Once any one of them instruments sleep, it sounds like a mess. It's a muffle at the end of the day. Once that's fixed, because the keyboards just play on what they hear from the beat, right? And the singer just sings. I mean, music now, it is a full-time business. Sooner or later you'll find out, right? This is what you got to do. It's you know, you can't run two things at the same time. Unless you can, but what's going to give the most priority to it to you. Yeah. To yourself, you know. And whatever you give the most priority is going to give you the best back. We don't come with plugs. We don't come with plugs. Ask the PA guys got anything. Yes. Unfortunately. Have you got? Where'd you get that from? Huh? I've got a screwdriver. Okay. I've got a screwdriver. So you haven't got with you. The Khan bande ya screwdriver to bada rende in the room. What keys you got there? D10 or D20? Yeah. Is it D20? What you got? What keyboard you got? M1. What M1? No M1. D20? D20. And W30. So what you should do, make yourself a stage fan. No, just hand. Oh no. Thing you saying? One amp. Bass guys from around here. Tabla. Keyboard is the key. Different channels, yeah? Yeah. But like, for the effects, right, send them on the I'm going to take a mono line out, which might be the left output on your keyboards. Yeah. No, but you know the sax, right? Yeah. Because you know for the first song we're doing, right? There's a sax piece. Right. Right? And that's got a lot of stereo delay on it. Right. It's pre-programmed. Right. So we need that effect. Okay. So you got to play it left and right. I'll leave the delay on it and take the reverb off it. Yeah? The music was composed by ourselves. By ourselves. Lyrics are traditional at the moment, and we're working on a new material. I mean, the material we've got, you know, going to be recording. I've written lyrics for Sergi, our lead singer. Yeah. He's written the lyrics for. So we write all the lyrics within the band. All the music. What we don't want to do is get outside influence, so we wouldn't be able to create the sound. It's not really our material then. Well, you're going to create your own band sound, therefore no other band play your sound, you see. Yeah. If you try to sound like somebody else, there's already somebody who sounds like that. Yeah. So it's not point sounding like that. So basically the oldest member of our group is 21. Really? And the youngest member is 17. That's double player VJ. So you got a lot of way to go. Young band, fresh image. Well, if you can perform really good tonight, you got a long way to go. You know.
बस कमजोर ने गौना नी मैं कच्चा तेरे ने ना जाना नी मेरे दिल दिया बन गया साखी वे की गल में तेनू आकी वे मेरे माने हुसन वाले चाकी वे की लाली ते आ गई गर्मी हम मैनू पार नंगा दे करया मिन्नतां तेरियां कर दी हम मैनू पार नंगा दे करया मिन्नतां तेरियां कर दी ओ बल्ले हमें बस कमजोरी ने गौना नी छातर में ना जाना नी दिन पार लगा दे खड़िया मिलता तेरियां करदी
We write our own material, our own music. We do everything ourselves. We're recording an album. We're starting recording about October. Yeah, guys? And by the end of next year, Anarchy is going to be the #1 band around.
I think we see a lot of us in the future. Just watch out for the name Anarchy, and I'm sure you'll like the music.
What do you write about? What are they about? What's it?
We write about all kinds of lyrics. Our album is based on love and dance, right? Music is basically high energy, derived from reggae, Bhangra, and all kinds of influences.
Just wait for that album, it'll be the best. It's gonna be the best.
Got with me,
I always wanted to become an actor. My ambition was always to become a top artist in the film industry. I was inspired by films from Bombay and TV in UK. I started acting and attended drama schools and speech, but never had any luck. For about 3 years, it just went dead. Then after that, I started again. One or two guys from Bombay who came over here for a film got in touch with me and said, "You're interested in art?" I said, "Okay." So I took a part, and from there on, I continued again with the drama schools and etc. I had my CV done and everything. Approached a lot of TV companies. Then obviously the next step was to get an XP card. Somebody told me, it's easier if you become a vocalist or whatever. Then I started singing. Never had any lessons before. Decided to enter the Asian Song Contest, which is an annual event. And saying that, I brought Winnie in with me, got a couple of guys together, and I actually won the Asian Song Contest. I couldn't believe it. Got a major part in the film. There's 3 or 4 parts which are brewing up from Bombay.
also a singing career in film industry, playing back singers. All that's happening. Now that we've taken off as Gee, and we released the first album in 1990, No Problem, and that actually did us the trick, that put us on the map, and established us as a band amongst the other top bands. Then obviously this year when we released a new album called Chillin', and put us on the map. And as you know, we won the Best Asian a Newcomer Band Award this year. I'm very happy about that. So hopefully, probably next year, try to aim for the best band.
Let's have everybody's hands together. I want to see all the people of Warhampton. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody.
Winnie, tell us how much preparation has got into tonight's event.
Well, what can I say? A show like this has taken about 5 months to organize, and a lot of people have been involved, and the amount of work they've done is tremendous, and it shows tonight by the response by the audience tonight. It's been really good.
I'm sure you're going to tell us which people have been involved in helping you organize this event.
Well, if I start naming people, I'll be sitting here all night, but Tony, myself, Gansham, Chandy, all the main people who've organized all the festivals have been tremendous, and they've worked so hard, and we're very happy that the show's gone really well today.
So you feel as though the show's gone well tonight?
Well, it's 12 o'clock and everyone's packing up. I think it's been good. The people who have come have enjoyed the show. The families who have come, they've enjoyed the show. The show is specifically for families and the indigenous community in Wolverhampton as well.
Well, that's Intermix, and they say they're having problems getting booked. Unlike me, I'm always getting booked on the M62. Anyway, from Intermix to a talented 17-year-old from Scotland called Seema Rizvi, whose ambition is to sing for the Indian and Pakistani movies.
especially the tender age of 17? Because I know you've been singing for over 7 years. At the tender age of 10 you started. What made you start singing?
I just enjoyed watching Indian films, and especially the songs, and I just wanted to copy them. So I did. I just taped them and sang along with them, and I just made a tape of myself singing and gave it to my father, and he thought, you know, she's quite good. So I started singing at local shows in Edinburgh, and then I started singing in Scotland and then around Britain.
Now, was it just watching the videos, or was there some other kind of inspiration for you to sing?
Well, I've always been musical. I play the violin, the harmonium, the keyboards, and a little piano. And, you know, I've always been very interested in music. You know, since I was 2 years old, I was singing in the nursery choir and everything. So I think it was just, you know, wanting to, it was just a way of expressing myself, really. I'm doing, you know, shows around Britain, and I'm hoping to get, you know, some kind of record deal at the moment. I've been approached by a few people, but nothing has really been substantiated yet. I just like to do shows around the country, and I'm also doing a show in New York for Imran Khan's Cancer Relief Hospital. And they actually heard my cassette through a friend in New York, and so they wrote to me and asked me to go over. And I've also got plans to go to Pakistan to do some shows around the country.
Now, you're obviously a female singer, and therefore, who's your favourite singer?
Definitely Lata Mangeshkar, but I think she's everybody's favourite singer. She's the best. She's in an absolute league of her own.
There's no doubt about it. Most people say she is elite. What about Anuradha Podwal, the new singer who seems to be taking a lot of the stride nowadays?
She's very good as well. She's got a different kind of voice to Lata. Lata's got a very... her voice is very easy. It can sing any kind of song, but Anuradha's got... she's got a beautiful voice, but it's a different kind of voice. But she seems to be taking over the Indian playback singing at the moment. It was great when I'm doing a show in Glasgow or Edinburgh. They're very good.
Been around for quite some time now, and have both a modern and a versatile sound. The band itself is not small by any means, boasting 12 members, some all the way from India, and H went along to chat to them.
Technology. 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 Technology.
वीडियो दा आ गया बड़ा ही रवाज हर कोई गली गली दिंदा है आवाज हो जरा खिच के तो वीडियो बनाई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई जरा कैमरा तू मेरे ते घुमाई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई
Technology. 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 Moving pictures. Technology. On the video.
बलारी पाई कजले दी तारी सोने सुराही बड़े नखरे अंबाली पहले भी मिली ओ मैनू छिंदे दे ब्याह दे विच लगदी ए हीर कुआरी ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई.
With me, I've got some of the boys from Akash. And when I mean some of the boys, I mean some of the boys. There are 12 members in this band, a very large family. Here we have Hunter, who's the bass player. How did you get into the band, Hunter?
Got into the band through Bits, who, you know, he joined first, and then he saw me playing one day, and he just come along, came to practice, and I just got in with the band.
So you're only a recent member?
Yeah, the recent. Well, there's the percussionist. He's more recent than me, but I was like the last one to join, really.
Now, here we also have the manager, who's the guy who does all the plotting of everything. Where do you want this band to go? What's your aims and ambitions?
The ambitions we've got is to really sort of get together and produce good music and see ourselves sort of being recognised by the media as a good band.
बलारी पाई कजले दी तारी सोने सुराही बड़े नखरे अंबाली पहले भी मिली ओ मैनू छिंदे दे ब्याह दे विच लगदी ए हीर कुआरी ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओते बड़े ही मजा जा वाली ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई.
Now, I know Akash have come out with lots of cassettes, but Chatline was the one that really sort of began to break the scene for them. Now, Chatline was actually produced in Bombay. Why go to Bombay to produce it when actually the music is, how can we put it, British music, really?
Well, you see, that cassette was done partly in Bombay and also partly here as well, because all the traditional music is from Bombay, and the Western music, which is added in drums and percussion and so on, was done here.
हो जरा खिच के तो वीडियो बनाई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई जरा कैमरा तू मेरे ते घुमाई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई ओ कुड़ी नाल अख मिल गई.
Technology. 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 Moving pictures. Technology. On the video.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ ਚੰਦ ਜੀ.
ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਜੀ, ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ?
ਠੀਕ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਸੁਣਾਓ? ਅੱਛਾ, ਜਦੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਸੰਦ ਆਈ ਸੀਗੀ. ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੰਪੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਮੰਗਲ ਵਰਗੀ ਜਾਂ ਦ ਯੰਗ ਰਫੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਹੈਗੀ ਸੀ. ਸਿੰਗਿੰਗ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਿਦੋਂ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀ?
ਸਿੰਗਿੰਗ ਦਰਅਸਲ ਬਹੁਤ ਯੰਗ ਏਜ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਿ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਕਾਫੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਦੇਖਿਆ, ਕਲਾਸੀਕਲ ਸਾਈਡ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ, ਆਲਾਪ ਸਿੱਖੇ,
ਗਮਗਾ ਸਿੱਖੀਆਂ, ਤਾਣ ਸਿੱਖੇ, ਤਾਂ ਰਾਗ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖੇ ਕਾਫੀ। ਤਾਂ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੁਝ ਮਾਹੌਲ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹ ਰਾਗਾਂ ਵੱਲ ਇੰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਏ। ਤਾਂ ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਕਾਫੀ ਕਾਮਯਾਬ ਆ ਗਿਆ। ਅਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਚਲੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਅਗਰ ਸਿੰਗਰ ਹਾਂ, ਅਗਰ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ। ਇਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਵੀ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਤਾਂ
ਅੱਛਾ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਕੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ, ਕਲਾਸਿਕਲ ਜਾਂ ਭੰਗੜਾ? ਆਈ ਮੀਨ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਤਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ੍ਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਜਸਟ ਫॉर द ਸੇਕ ਆਫ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਅੱਜ ਪਪੂਲਰ ਹੈ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਕੀ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ?
ਅੱਛਾ, ਦਿਲੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਗਜ਼ਲ ਹੋਇਆ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਟਾਈਪ, ਜਾਂ ਦਰਅਸਲ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਫਿਲਮੀ ਟਾਈਪ ਦੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਹਨ, ਇੱਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹਿੰਦੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਗਾਣੇ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦਾ ਹਾਂ।
ਅੱਛਾ, ਜਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੋ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚ ਬੇਸ ਕਿਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋ ਆਪਣੇ ਗਾਣੇ?
ਬੋਲ ਬੇਸ ਦਰਅਸਲ ਲੋਕੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੈਂ ਜਾਣਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਐਨ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਤੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਆ, ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਕਦੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈ। ਬਾਕੀ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਛੱਡਦਾ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਉਹ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਨ ਕਿ ਤੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਤੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਰਫੀ ਵਰਗੀ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਵਰਗੀ ਆ, ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ।
One of the new members of this band is ਵਿਸਾਖੀ। ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਉਂ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕੀਤਾ?
ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਨੂੰ ਮੇਰਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣ ਦਾ ਪਹਿਲਾ ਮਕਸਦ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਆਕਾਸ਼ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਮੈਂ ਗਾਣੇ ਗਾਊਂਗਾ। ਤੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਗਾਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗਾਉਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ। ਤੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਸੀ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗਾਉਣ ਦਾ। ਤੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਆਖਿਆ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਗਾਣੇ ਗਾ ਲੈਂਦਾ। ਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਗਾਣੇ ਵੀ ਗਾਉਣ ਲੱਗਾ।
That's Akash, a band with plenty of views and some...
याद तेरी जद आई तेनू देख लिया याद तेरी जद आई तेनू देख लिया याद तेरी जद आई तेनू देख लिया रूह मेरी नशे आई तेनू देख लिया याद तेरी जद आई तेनू देख लिया
Well, Serge, welcome back to Bhangra Beat. And since the Sahotas and you were last on the show, you've had quite a high profile because we've been using your theme music every week as well.
Thanks very much.
Tell me what you've been doing since we last saw you.
Basically been up and down the country doing our shows, and basically, I mean, spending a few weeks in hospital as well because of the accident. We were going through a set of green lights and we had a drunk driver in front of us, you know, so we went straight into him on the side. I was very lucky, very, very lucky to be alive because I would have gone through and I saved myself, to be honest, but, you know, my arm's obviously it's come out of the plaster today, but I have to keep the sling on because the bone is still in 3 pieces. Obviously, I mean, the 4 albums we've done all together have got, you know, every time we do an album, we want to give something different to our audience. And the great thing about Ishq is, I mean, Arjo, let me talk about Arjo. Arjo was a straight dancefloor album, and a lot of people expected that from us again, but we've sort of slowed the tempo down, right, and on this album there's more meaningful songs.
So do you think Arja probably appealed more to younger people and that Ishq has got more widespread appeal?
Yes, most definitely, because that's what we've seen, you know, with the success of Ishq so far, that our audience is, you know, broadened quite a bit now. Because I mean, the older generation, it's amazing how many people will come saying to us that the album is great.
So are you gigging now with this arm?
Yes, I am. I've tried to cancel enough bookings, you know, but as you know, it's very hard with the wedding shows, you know, because obviously the day comes once, and basically on all my concerts and my wedding shows, I'm doing sitting down at the moment, which is a bit relaxing, but it's very hard for vocal because I'm so used to standing and jumping around and singing sort of thing.
So do you think that Bhangra is now finally getting out to the white audiences?
It's getting there slowly. I mean, I wouldn't say. I mean, a lot of people do go on about the Bhangra scene is this and that, but I personally feel that it's got a very long way to go yet. That's the Sahotas, a band who have continued to broaden their musical... You performed some tracks, tours off the album Killer Te Pool, and also one track that isn't on the album, Long Guacha, which has been revamped and remixed, and I think it's got Balisagu written all over it. Is that true?
You are absolutely right. Everybody can judge his work, and I had this chance to work with him sometime this year. He heard that song and he wanted to do something to that particular track, and I was quite surprised with the result because I think he's done a marvelous job.
So you like the reggae beats with the Asian lyrics?
Something different because our young kids they love it, and because it's got the folk rhythm and it's got the reggae. It's so much mixture, and everybody can understand it. They can dance to it. Any kind of people.
Them the style to what the girls in other place. I want you bend down low and wind your waist in other place, yeah. Here I know, in other place, yeah. Watch on a road, boy, because my name is Cheshire Cat. You know me white, I'm in a black. We start from the bottom till we reach up to the top. You know me.
Can you tell us what you hope to do in the near future?
I'd like to get more training into classical singing and carry on with the singing ghazals, and also
ਚੁੰਨੀ ਬੰਨ ਲੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿਰ ਫੇਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਟਾਣੀ ਤੱਕ ਸੀਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਧਰਦੀ ਚੁੰਨੀ ਬੰਨ ਲੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਕਹਿਰ ਫੇਰ ਕਰਦੀ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਟਾਣੀ ਤੱਕ ਸੀਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਧਰਦੀ ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਮੁੰਡ ਪਿਆ ਸੂਲੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਾ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਡੰਗਿਆ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਾ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਡੰਗਿਆ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਲੱਕ ਦੇ ਮਰੋੜ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਟ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਕੁੱਤੀਆਂ ਤੇ ਚਾਰ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਬੈਣ ਸਾਰੇ ਆਣ ਕੇ ਲੱਕ ਦੇ ਮਰੋੜ ਜਿੰਦ ਕੱਟ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਆਖਦੀਆਂ ਨੱਟ ਸਦਾ ਆਣ ਸੰਗੇ ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਾ ਮੁੰਡਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਦਿਲ ਡੰਗਿਆ ਕੁੜੀ 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 ਨੱਚਦੀ ਨਾ Okay, you all ready now? Let's go! Come on, some tumbi now, here we go.
political sanctions for attempts to...
लोनी नहीं परेक पैंदी इस नूनी कदे लोनी नहीं परेक पैंदी इस नूनी कली वेख के हाजी कली वेख के चढ़ा नी रुक जांदा नी बैठा बिल्लो नाल लग के नी बैठा बिल्लो नाल लग गया सरूर जे आंदा हाय नी बिल्लो लग के बैठ जा 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 छूटती है मुटियार पींगा छूटती है ओ छूटती है मुटियार पींगा छूटती है हो तेरी जवानी अंबा तो पे तारे तोड़ पींग चढ़ी आसमान नाल आवाज़े कर दी गला उठ उठ तेरी जवानी अंबा तो पे तारे तोड़े पींग चढ़ी आसमानी हो तेरे चुमके कान हलारे हो तेरे चुमके कान हलारे निपिंगा छूट दिए मुटियार निपिंगा छूट दिए ओ छूट दिए मुटियार निपिंगा छूट दिए पिंग चढ़ावे लैंदी तू अंगड़ाया जुल्फा खुल के गल विच टिकिया
Desi, the band haven't looked back since their album Pump Up the Bhangra stormed the Bhangra charts.
पिछा के देना हटिए
Quite a big band. How long have you all been together?
Well, we've been together for about 2 years. What happened is we was all brought together individually by a gentleman you probably know, Daniel Charanji. And what happened is each member of the band was brought in and then looked at to see if they would actually suit making this new band. He actually thought that there was a gap in the market out there, and that's where Excellency formed, and we're there to fill that gap.
So if there's a gap, what's the style are you sort of trying to fill in?
The style is very difficult to define when you're an up-and-coming band, but our style, I think, will be eventually defined or sorted out by the public when they listen to our debut album when it comes out.
Do all 10 of you work well together? Is it easy to coordinate your music?
It is very, very difficult, but because there's so many of us in the band, one of the reasons for that basically is because we wanted to ensure that we could create the sound that we've recorded, and we do perform that sound live on stage.
Why are you so different from other Bhangra bands?
On stage, when we do an Alap number, a DCS number, all the big bands, we sound like them. But the fact is, our album has got its own style, and until that's released, you will see that style. But most differently, we've got a unique sound within the band, especially in our beat section. Our beat section consists of 3 key members that hold the beat together and hold the sound together, and it's all acoustic. And because of that sound, that sound is original sounding and makes us different to other bands.
Tell us, who writes the lyrics of your...
Our lyrics are written by 2 gentlemen. The first one is L.S. Lucky, and the other one is a chap called A. Pravez. The album itself, it was very enjoyable recording the album because it was something new for us. The style of music that we've used is different. There's a lot of variety in the album, and I think that the general public will like it because the standard of the music is very, very high. Excellency have been going for 2 years. We've been performing on weddings all over the country, and for an up-and-coming band, we've got quite a lot of work. And as we said before, we've performed alongside top bands, and promoters wouldn't come anywhere near you if they didn't feel that you had the standard to perform on stage.
We've come so far from nothing and being created to where we are now. I think the only way to go is the top, and the way we'll do that is to have the support of the crowd, the people out there, and our families, and all the people who have helped us so far. I mean, we've been working on it for 2 years now, and we have to get to the top, and we will. And hopefully the crowd, the people out there will support us.
To finish off the show, we leave you with... So, Sasha, what does Bhangra Muffin mean now you've got the backdrop just behind where you were singing earlier, and it's still there now?
Bhangra Muffin, it's a name we invented, really. We've got a lot of influences within our music. Reggae, ragamuffin, house, hip-hop, all kinds of dance music. And so we decided, we came up with Bhangra Muffin. We liked the name, and so we stuck to it.
Now, over to the manager. Gil, you were one of the lead singers of the band, and you stepped down from the limelight to... you brought 2 new singers in. Why was that?
Well, they did a better job than me. I sang just for pleasure, and I can watch them and push them, improve the band's image, and that's what I want. Best for the band, so I'd rather stay in the background and let that happen.
Why does Reggae Bhangra, the mixture Reggae Bhangra, seem so popular with Bhangra bands at the moment?
I'm not too sure. I think it's mainly because they're both ethnic dance styles, and our people can associate to that and like it, obviously.
Do you not think it'd be better just to keep Bhangra music as it was when it was pioneered long ago?
Not really, because it's very difficult for the young people today to relate to the kind of music that you've just referred to, because, I mean, simply, the beat's very simple. I mean, okay, my father likes it, but I don't think the young people can relate to it, and they want something to dance. I mean, as you know, the dance patterns now have changed tremendously. I mean, they're really sort of hip-hop dance styles, and that you can mix them with English music as well as ethnic music, Indian music.
I think the crossover is the way ahead for any type of music. For Bhangra to actually go forward from now, I think this is what you've got to actually, this is what's got to actually happen, like a mixture of different influences. Someone, or maybe this band, should actually do something like with English lyrics, with the actual Bhangra beat. And I think that, I think that would actually work.
Satrang almost wrapping things up for this week, but before we go, we're going to leave you with Minu Per Shot.
He was just singing Sunni Kudiye Nachan Wali Hai from the album Star Crazy by Balu Sagu, and you call it the Geet Bulliya. Now, isn't it a first for a band to actually sing for a DJ? Why sing for a DJ? Why not leave it till the next album?
Well, it's something new, really, because we was going to do a single anyway, so we thought, why not do it with Bali? Because our producer, Mamda Yu, he approached us, said, why don't you do a track for Bali? I said, fine, why don't, you know, so that's why we've done the track for Bali. But we are working on the album anyway. We have enough material to go on the album.
You're going to actually try and break the scene in Bombay, or Bollywood as they call it. Can you tell us more about that?
I am actually going to Bombay very soon, and I've got 2 films which I've signed, and hopefully I'll be over there working on the film. That is if Winnie and the lads let me go, because we are booked, you know, quite a few bookings we have.
Where would your priority lie in such case?
Well, at this stage it's with Geet. In the future, as I'm getting old, and perhaps I'll be sort of more interested in films then.
Now, Malkeet has played in films, and so has Sami and Kumar. Are the film Punjabi or Hindi?
The first film is Punjabi, the second one is a Hindi.
Now, if it's a Punjabi film, are any of the Geet songs going to be in that film?
Yes, there is a song, Mele Vich Tol Vajda, is going to be in that film. I'm actually going to film that song myself.
Isn't it a sacrilege that they're spoiling the original song as it came out? I mean, they're doing these remixes. What's your view?
I'm not really for remixes, but the ones which are out, there's 1 or 2 very good ones which are done by, okay, take example for Bali, Wham Bam, and Deepak. Those are the only 2 people, I think, who have done something for the remixes.
There's a lot of young bands who are on the periphery of the Bhangra scene and want to make it big. Now, you're an experienced member of a band who's done well, who's in the big time. What would be your advice to them?
You have to work hard to get somewhere, and you've got to have an aim. As long as you've got an aim for something, you'll get there. But what you've got to do is you've got to keep your head down and just keep working hard. Hard means don't give up if you can't get anywhere. You know, keep trying, keep trying. The other thing is musically and your lyrics, they are the most sort of what people listen to, and make sure they are really right. You pick the right material, right music for people to listen to.
भी लाके कुर्ता पाई बड़ी दुहाई हाय संत ने कुट पी के दारू अपनी सुरत फलाई हाय संत ने भी लाके कुर्ता पाई बड़ी दुहाई लम्बे कम्मे दोनों गबरू नच के करन कमाल कुड़ियों पाओ पंगड़ा रल बांधे दे नाल कुड़ियों पाओ पंगड़ा रल बांधे दे नाल कुड़ियों पाओ पंगड़ा कांता भी नचदा कांता भी नचदा कांता भी नचदा कांता भी नचदा बनते नच के दोना करती आज कमाल करनी करनी हो गए दोनों पाके आज कमाल बनते बनते नच के दोना करती आज कमाल करनी करनी हो गए दोनों पाके आज कमाल कुड़ियां नू भी प्यार हो गया आज सोना दे नाल कुड़ियों पाओ पंगड़ा रल बांधे दे नाल कुड़ियों पाओ पंगड़ा रल बांधे दे नाल कुड़ियों पाओ पंगड़ा कांता भी नचदा 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 Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was Santa Banta.
That's another fine performance by Geet at the Apna Arts Festival, where our man Hage caught Atman Winnie backstage.
Well, lads, how did the do go?
Well, the performance went very, very well. As you saw, the crowd was going wild, and we did our best to please the crowd, and they was very happy, and that's what we like to see, gigs like that more often.
You seem tired, Winnie. How was the day for you?
We've played sort of here last year, and we played here today, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. And as usual, we're out of breath.
Yeah. Was the crowd bouncing back all the energy that you was giving out there?
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely they did. They did. They got us going. They got us going.
Yeah, it was really,
and we gave them all we can.
It's really enjoyable, and it's nice to please all the people. Very nice.
What did you think of all the little kiddies that were coming here and all the families and everything?
I think that's very important. Bhangra is for the whole cross-section of the Punjabi community. So it's very important that young people and elderly people get to hear it, but not from just the teenagers.
Especially the families, because they don't have sort of much time to go out at the nightclubs and etc. And the little kids. So this was one of the sort of festivals where all the family can come and enjoy themselves.
That's H talking to Atma and Winnie from Geet. Well, from Bhangra we got
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਖ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੜ ਗਈ ਉਹ ਵਿਸਕੀ ਦੇ ਪੈਗ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਕਰ ਗਈ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਕੁੜੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਖ ਜਦੋਂ ਲੜ ਗਈ ਉਹ ਵਿਸਕੀ ਦੇ ਪੈਗ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਕਰ ਗਈ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਮਾਮਾ ਲੜੀ ਦੀ ਵੇ ਸਾਰੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣੇ ਮਾਮਾ ਲੜੀ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੱਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੇਖ ਠੰਡੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਭਰਦਾ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਬੱਕਰੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਮੜਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਰੂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੱਦ ਸੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਬਸ ਉਹਦੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਵੱਧ ਸੀ ਤੁਰਦੀ ਮੜਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਹਾਏ ਮੜਕ ਨਾਲ ਤੁਰਦੀ ਮੜਕੇ ਨਾਲ ਸਰੂ ਦੀਆਂ ਕੱਦ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਨੰਬਰ ਵੱਧ ਸੀ ਸੁਰਮੇ ਦੀ ਧਾਰੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਉਹ ਸੁਰਮੇ ਦੀ ਧਾਰੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਉਹ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਯਾਰੋ ਕੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਬੱਕਰੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਕੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਪਤਲਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਜਾਣੀ ਫੂਕ ਮਾਰੇ ਉੱਠ ਜੂ ਉਹ ਨੈਣਾ ਵਾਲਾ ਤੀਰ ਕਿਸ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਤੇ ਖੁੱਭ ਜੂ ਪਤਲਾ ਸਰੀਰ ਜਾਣੀ ਫੂਕ ਮਾਰੇ ਉੱਠ ਜੂ ਉਹ ਨੈਣਾ ਵਾਲਾ ਤੀਰ ਕਿਸ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਤੇ ਖੁੱਭ ਜੂ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਾਨੀ ਮਲਕੀਤ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਵਿੱਚ ਗਾਨੀ ਪਰ ਫੇਰ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਰੱਖ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਪਰਦਾ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਬੱਕਰੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਅੱਜ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੜੀਪਾ ਅੱਜ ਭੰਗੜਾ ਪਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਕਰਦਾ ਔਰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਗੀਤ ਪੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਵੱਜਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਭਾਈ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਤੱਕ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਕੰਮ ਕੀਤਾ ਬੜਾ ਸਵਾਰ ਕੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਚੱਕਲੇ ਹੋਇਆ ਔਰ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਨਵਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਭੁਗਚੂ ਭੁਗਚੂ ਬਹੁਤ ਪੁਰਾਣਾ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਸਾਜ਼ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਭਲੇਖਾ ਨਾ ਖਾ ਜਾਓ ਸੋ ਪੇਸ਼ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਢੋਲ ਵੀ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਔਰ ਵੱਜ ਗਈ ਢੋਲਕੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੁਣੇ ਪਰ ਨਵੀਂ ਚੀਜ਼ ਭੁਗਚੂ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਮੀਦ ਹੈ ਪਸੰਦ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਵੱਜਿਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਭੁਗਚੂ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ
Well, that was Malkeet Singh reflecting on traditional Bhangra music from the Punjab. Well, here we have some world music with a difference, the band Trans-Global Underground and the track Temple Head.
जद क्षण काटो बिल्लो पाया नी सुन के प्रेमी जो तर तेरे आया नी जद शाल सी तुम्हारी सिले लच फुलकारी नाल छो गया होया रंग लाल नच दीदी गुत खुल गए नच दीदी गुत खुल गए खिलड़ गए बाल प्रेमिया नु डंग देण गए प्रेमिया नु डंग देण गए ओ कुड़िया तू सपनू संभाल नच दीदी गुत खुल गए
And do I detect a slight change of image there? A different haircut now?
No, it's always been there. It's just that I'm going to be a doctor, you see, and so I've got to be careful how my image is, because my mum told me off when I came in. She said, "Hey, Daval, doctor." I just said, "Mum, it's just part of the image." But yeah, well, it's not a new image really. It's just a lot cooler, let's say.
Well, I hope you cool down now properly after the gig, and it's great to have you back on the show. Thanks for coming along.